YouTube, what's going on? It's Geezers back with another video. And listen, before we get into it, make sure y'all like the video, sub if you're new, comment down below, and turn on the notification bell so you're not missing any more uploads, alright? Cool, now that's out of the way, I want to talk about these Trailblazers now. At the beginning of the season, when I made my predictions, I predicted them to be honestly around the play-in to maybe not even making the play-in range because the West is so stacked, and they have proven that wrong already. They started the season, still early, but they are 4-0, and they look like a really good basketball team, and I don't see that lightly. Dame is back in MVP form. He's so far having the best season I believe he's ever had. He's averaging like 34 through these 4 games. His first game was a bit iffy, and then he dropped back-to-back 40 pieces, and then last night they had a comeback win and ended up almost blowing out the Denver Nuggets, which is a team that's supposed to be up top, and they having their struggles, which we'll be talking about in another video soon, but they are looking really nice. And they're a team that, even though they added some pieces, nobody really expected them to be a great defensive team, yet they have a top 10 defense right now. And I don't know if I see it changing. They're playing some good, scrappy defense. I mean, Jeremy Grant is looking like a borderline all-star. He's looking like that Andrew Wiggins role right now, how he played for the Warriors last year. Jeremy Grant looks like he can be an all-star. He also had that game-winning layup for them against the Lakers, but he looks like he can be an all-star this season. Anthony Simons is averaging 20. Not the best efficiency, but he's doing okay. Dame is actually playing solid defense for what you usually get from him. Whoa. And then you got Anthony Simons, he's not going to do much defensively, but Josh Hart, he's averaging a double-double for them with points and rebounds. He's shooting like 40% from 3. And you know how he's going to make smart plays. He's going to move the ball well, not turn it over a lot, and play scrappy defense as well, being that short of a guy. Jusuf Nurkic, he's a guy that you don't really expect to do much on defense, of course, but he hasn't been looking terrible at that end this year, and he had one game where he had like 17 rebounds and 20 points, and that's what you expect from him. Some games he's not going to do much, some games he'll do a lot, but if you can get him to somewhat lock in on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, you're looking solid. And another guy I want to talk about specifically is Drew Eubanks, man. When I'm watching them, now his stats don't pop at you, right? He's averaging 3 and 3. But he's actually out there like, he's holding it down as that backup center. And he's out there, he's playing good. He's playing solid defense, staying vertical. I've seen a couple blocks he's been getting that's been amazing. And he's just another guy that's played about 6-7 years in the league. That's real solid, man, and they look like they got it figured out. They look like they're locked in and they're ready to win basketball games. I mean, you would think it's Dame doing all the work on offense, but it's really not. It's looking like a team effort. Of course, when it comes down to it, Dame's going to take his shots, he's going to do his thing, but this team has been moving the ball really, really well and playing almost like that Warrior-style offense, and I love it. Who else? Shaedon Sharpe has looked good for them, too. Like I said, his stats on pop as well. He's averaging 7 and 2.5, about 2.5 rebounds, not many assists, but he's not asked to do a lot, right? He's coming in and playing solid defense as well, and he's also shooting 50% from the field, 58% from 3. That's how you know it's not on a high volume, of course, but this is a guy that, it was a question mark coming into the draft, and they took him and they like him, and he fits the team really, really well. Another guy that can guard the wing and play some good defense and shoot some shots, and he's a guy that's come out and said he thinks he can guard the 1 through 5. Do I believe that? I don't know. We'll see in due time. But I've seen the signs of him being a solid defensive player. And we got some other guys like that's the main guys that I think of. But I'm really, really impressed with Dame too. Dame came back from this injury, had that surgery, and he like I said, he's averaging 33, 5 and 5 right now. 50% from the field, 40% from 3. And if they keep on this path, it's not like they've been just beating up on terrible teams, right? They beat the Lakers, and Lakers played pretty solid defense against them. Comeback win against them. They beat the Kings, who, although the Kings are pretty low in the standings right now, every game the Kings have played in, they've been competing in and have looked good. And they beat Denver last night when they were down by almost 20 at one point. They ended up winning the game by almost 20. And in that first game, who did they play? Let me see here. That first game they played, I don't even remember. I think the first game was Sac, and I'm forgetting one of the teams they played recently. But they've beat pretty solid teams, and I'm proud of them, man. They look really good, and you can't, I disrespect them. I'll go on and say that. I disrespect them going into the season because I didn't think that there would be a playoff team. And the way they're playing, if they keep this level of play up, they're going to be more than a playoff team. I mean, they're going to be arguably one of the top seeds, right? And you got other teams that are struggling out the gate, like Denver's 2-2 right now. Who knows how they're gonna bounce back and play. You got they also beat the Suns. I forgot to mention that's the second team they beat. They beat the Suns, and the Suns are a team that look really, really solid too right now. They just beat up on my Clippers recently, and they started off so, but they beat good. They beat the Suns the Suns in OT. And I mean, the Trailblazers looking good, man. Dame time is a real thing. He's been super clutch for him. Anthony Simons has been hitting clutch shots. And a lot of these games that they're winning, they're comeback/close games, right? And so that's just a good sign for them. One of these close games/comebacks, because that shows the defense can win in clutch time moments, and those playoff moments that they're going to have. That shows that they can do that too. When you have Dame on the team, it's good to do that, but you also have Jeremy Grant playing good in the clutch, Anthony Simons hitting big time shots, Josh Hart doing his thing on defense. This is a real well-oiled team, and not to mention they also have Gary Payton II coming back eventually. I can't remember what he's injured for, but he hasn't played yet, and he's also another guy that's really, really great on the defensive side of the ball. And I mean, they're ninth in offensive and defensive rating so far, which is huge because this is a team that you know is going to be a good offense because they have Dame, but you know how they want to be on defense. If they can stay a top 15 to even start the season, this team is going to make the playoffs 100%. And I love it. They could have 2 All-Stars. They're the only team that's 4-0 right now. And I did not expect them to win that game last night. They were coming off of a back-to-back against Denver, and they looked slow at first, but then they came all the way back and beat them. And now it was a Jokic stinker game, but they still look very good, man. I mean, this is also a team that has a lot of these mid-tier contracts that if they wanted to, they could make moves too. I mean, like I said, this is a team that coming this season, I didn't think they had it, man. But credit to those guys over there for putting together this roster and really figuring out a way to build around Dame. Anthony Simons, I'm assuming his efficiency is going to get better, and he's going to keep playing well. Jeremy Grant, I think, is their second best player, and he can be an all-star for him. You have Gary, like I said, when Gary Payton II comes back, that's a guy that's going to give you some solid time off the bench, and that's another great defender. And they have some good defenders on this team, man. I mean, Jeremy Grant has looked great on defense. Jusuf Nurkic, like I said, the big part of their defense, Jusuf Nurkic and Dame. Anthony Simons, he hasn't looked great on defense, but Jusuf Nurkic and Dame have not looked terrible on defense. They looked like they're average. They're average on the defensive side of the ball. Which, if they can be average defenders, and you have Jeremy Grant out there defending, Anthony Simons, not much, but if you have Jeremy Grant out there defending, Josh Hart out there defending, guys like Shaedon Sharpe off the bench, Drew Eubanks has been playing solid defense as that backup big, and also Gary Payton II coming back soon. This is going to be a scary team, man. I'll tell you what, because when you have Dame, really, you can do anything when you have Dame, right? If he continues this play, it doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon. He's a front runner for MVP right now. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this team, man. I'm really liking watching this team. Like I said, their ball movement's insane. It's not just Dame going out there dribbling step back threes. They have crazy good ball movement, and I love it, man. Chauncey Billups is doing an incredible job over there, and I love it. So, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said, a little bit short video today, but make sure you like, subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff, man. Let me know what you want to see next. Next video will probably be a video talking about the Clippers. Clippers play again tonight. If we end up losing, I'll definitely be talking about them. But I definitely have a lot of stuff to say about them because y'all see all the stuff in the back. So, man, I appreciate y'all. Peace.